Hey Chiefs Kingdom, buckle up because what just happened could quietly reshape the future of the Kansas City Chiefs, and almost nobody is talking about it the way they should. We're diving into draft picks, hidden gems, and one undrafted signing that might shock the entire league. You heard that right. While everyone's focused on the big names, there's a behind-the-scenes move brewing that could become one of the biggest steals of the offseason. And trust me, by the end of this video, you might be looking at this class very differently. So stick with me because we're breaking it all down. Every pick, every risk, and that one player who could become the next breakout star in Kansas City Chiefs history. The Kansas City Chiefs came into the 2026 NFL Draft with a clear mission: reload, not rebuild. After another strong season, this front office knew they needed to stay aggressive and keep the roster stacked with young, explosive talent. 7 draft picks later, it's clear this team doubled down on defense early, sending a strong message about where they believe championships are won. And honestly, that should get every fan excited. But here's the thing. While the defense got the spotlight, the offense might have quietly landed something even more dangerous. Let's start at the top: cornerback Mansour Delane and defensive tackle Peter Woods. Both selected in the first round, both expected to make an immediate impact. Delane brings physicality and coverage versatility, something the Chiefs have been craving in their secondary. Meanwhile, Woods is a disruptive force in the trenches, capable of collapsing pockets and stopping the run. This is not just about talent, it's about identity. The Kansas City Chiefs are building a defense that can dominate, not just survive. Then came the second round, where the Chiefs added edge rusher Mason Thomas. This is where things start getting really interesting. Thomas has the kind of explosiveness off the edge that can change games in a single snap. Pair him with the existing pass rush, and suddenly quarterbacks are going to feel pressure from everywhere. And let's be real, when your defense can close games, it takes even more pressure off the offense led by Patrick Mahomes. In the fourth round, the Chiefs went back to the secondary with Jaden Kennedy, another cornerback with upside and versatility. This tells you everything you need to know about the front office mindset. They are serious about shutting down opposing passing attacks. Depth matters in the NFL, and the Chiefs are making sure they're not just deep, but dangerous at every level of the defense. Now shifting to the fifth round, we saw the offense finally get some attention with running back Emmett Johnson and wide receiver Cyrus Allen. Johnson adds fresh legs to the backfield, with the kind of agility and burst that fits perfectly in this system. And Allen? He's a name you might want to remember, because his connection to what's coming next is bigger than you think. Then, in the seventh round, the Chiefs took a swing on quarterback Garrett Nussmeier. Late-round quarterbacks are always intriguing, especially when they land in a system like Kansas City's. He won't be expected to start anytime soon, but learning behind Mahomes could turn him into a valuable asset down the road. But now, let's talk about the move that could steal the entire spotlight: the signing of undrafted wide receiver Jeff Caldwell. This is where things go from interesting to potentially explosive. Because Caldwell isn't just another UDFA, his athletic profile is almost unheard of. We're talking about a perfect 10.0 relative athletic score. That's elite territory, historically elite. Out of nearly 4,000 receivers evaluated since 1987, he ranks second. The only name ahead of him? Calvin Johnson. Yeah. Let that sink in for a second. At 6'5" and 216 pounds, Caldwell already has the size NFL teams dream about. Now add blazing 4.3 speed in the 40-yard dash, and suddenly you're looking at a physical mismatch nightmare. Corners won't be able to keep up with him, and safeties won't be able to outmuscle him. And it doesn't stop there. His 1.48-second 10-yard split actually beats Xavier Worthy's mark. That means his acceleration is elite. He gets up to top speed almost instantly. In a Chiefs offense built on speed and spacing, that kind of burst is incredibly dangerous. At the Combine, Caldwell also posted a 42-inch vertical jump. That's not just impressive, that's game-changing in red zone situations. Imagine Mahomes throwing a jump ball to a receiver who can literally outleap defenders with ease. And then there's the 11'2" broad jump, the best among all receivers at the event. This is a complete athletic package: size, speed, explosion, and power. On paper, it's everything you want in a WR1 prototype. But here's the reality check: Caldwell is still raw. During his college career at Lindenwood, he showed flashes of dominance, especially in 2024 with over 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns. That production proves he can perform, but consistency is still a question mark. In 2025, after transferring to Cincinnati, his numbers dipped, finishing with 478 yards and 6 touchdowns. Part of that was the jump in competition, part of it was development still in progress. And that's exactly why he went undrafted. His route running needs refinement, and he's had issues with dropped passes. At the NFL level, those are things that can't be ignored. But here's where things get exciting again. The Chiefs might be the perfect place for him. With Chad O'Shea now coaching the wide receivers, Caldwell will have one of the best mentors possible. O'Shea has a track record of developing talent and maximizing potential. If anyone can polish Caldwell's raw ability, it's this coaching staff. So now the question is, what do you think, Chiefs Kingdom? Is Jeff Caldwell the next hidden gem in Kansas City? Or just another athletic prospect who won't pan out? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear from you. And if you're loving this breakdown of Kansas City Chiefs news, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Because you already know, we're bringing you the latest Kansas City Chiefs updates, rumors, and analysis every single day. Share this video with your fellow fans, and let's keep building the strongest Chiefs community out there. And here's where things get even more intriguing, Chiefs Kingdom. Because when you zoom out and look at the entire Kansas City Chiefs draft class, a pattern starts to emerge, and it's not random. This front office wasn't just drafting talent. They were building competition. Every single position group got pushed, challenged, and upgraded with hungry young players. And that's how dynasties stay alive in the NFL. Not by getting comfortable, but by constantly evolving. Think about the secondary for a second. With Mansour Delane and Jaden Kennedy added to the mix, no job feels safe anymore. That's exactly what you want. Iron sharpening iron every single day in practice. Because when competition rises internally, performance explodes on Sundays. Now let's talk about the defensive line again, because Peter Woods and our Mason Thomas could quietly become one of the most impactful additions from this class. Woods collapsing the interior, Thomas flying off the edge. That combination has the potential to completely disrupt opposing offenses. And if that happens, it changes everything for the Kansas City Chiefs defense. But what makes this draft even more fascinating is how it balances immediate impact with long-term upside. You've got players who can contribute right away, and others who might take a year or two but could become stars. That's smart roster building. That's sustainable success. Now circling back to the offense, because we can't ignore how these pieces might fit around Patrick Mahomes. Emmett Johnson adds depth and versatility to the backfield, giving the Chiefs more options in both the run game and short passing situations. And Cyrus Allen? Don't be surprised if he develops chemistry quickly, especially considering his connection to higher-level competition and his transition to a bigger stage. But again, all roads keep leading back to Jeff Caldwell. Because let's be honest, players with his athletic profile don't just grow on trees. This is the kind of signing that, if it hits, people will look back and say, how did every team pass on this guy? We've seen it before in the NFL. Undrafted players turning into stars. And in a system like Kansas City's, the right talent can explode onto the scene. But development is the key word here. Caldwell isn't a finished product. He's a project with insane upside. And that means patience will be critical for the coaching staff and for fans. Because if he puts it all together, we might be witnessing the early stages of something special. Now let me throw this at you, Chiefs Kingdom. Imagine Caldwell earning a roster spot, making a few big plays early in the season, confidence builds, chemistry grows, and suddenly defenses have another weapon they didn't prepare for. That's how surprises happen in the NFL. That's how contenders become unstoppable. And that's why this Kansas City Chiefs offseason might be more dangerous than it looks on the surface. So as we head toward training camp, all eyes are going to be on these rookies and undrafted players. Who steps up? Who earns their spot? Who shocks everyone? Because every year, there's at least one name nobody expected. Could that name be Jeff Caldwell? Or maybe one of these defensive rookies becomes an instant star. That's the beauty of it, we're about to find out. So stay locked in, Chiefs Kingdom. Drop your predictions below. Who's your breakout player from this class? And if you haven't already, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss any Kansas City Chiefs news, rumors, and updates. Because this journey is just getting started. And trust me, you're going to want to be here for every single moment of it.